Hi, I'm HD. Welcome to another episode of HD's Jazz. Today we're going to be talking about the complications of becoming unhinged. Coming in the harbor. Hi, Fred Locks, 1975, talking about Marcus Garvey's Black Star liner. Well, today we're not talking about any kind of shipping industry, but you know, ships fascinate me. It's amazing how big and heavy they are, yet still they manage to glide along the sea. And have you noticed how many hinges and pulleys they have? What amazes me is that they are able to function well under some of nature's worst conditions, namely the corrosive salt air. But we have a lot of hinges in our bodies, but we refer to them as joints. And today we're going to be speaking specifically about the joint right in front of your ear, the temporomandibular joint. Yes, I know it's a big word, but I'm going to break it down for you. Temporal bone, mandibular bone, temporomandibular joint. For short, we're going to call it the TMJ. The TMJ is one of the most sophisticated joints in our bodies. It rotates and it translates. And because it's able to do those two things, it allows our jaws to open and close and slide from side to side, which allows us to do a myriad of things, from smiling to chewing to acting silly when we're ready. But it is unique because there isn't any other joint that is as flexible. If you have something so complicated, then the chances of things going wrong are increased. Because it can do so much, there's a lot at stake. Now, what can happen to cause challenges to our TMJ? Well, you know what? Between the ages of say 1 and 17, as kids and youngsters, we're very active. And so it's easy to get injured, falling on the field, getting elbowed, tripping and falling on the concrete. And you know, it may seem that in no time the pain is gone, but there may be underlying things that continue. Our body compensates quite a bit, you know. Have you ever noticed when you walk into a room, if it smells really bad, after you've been in there for a while, you don't smell it anymore? Well, it's the same thing with our joint. It can be injured, but the brain says she still has to chew, she still has to speak, make it work. So the joint has lots of fluid that continues to lubricate it. There are a lot of muscles attached that are flexible, and the bone itself is flexible. But as we become older, we lose some of those things. The joint fluid decreases, the muscles aren't as elastic, and the bone certainly is not as flexible. So what may not seem like a problem at age 15 may be a serious problem at age 40. Here's the challenge. The TMJ has several components. There's an upper component, there's a lower component, and then there's a little disc that's in between. The challenge can be with the disc. It can be either with the upper or lower component. It can be with the ligaments that attach the disc to the lower component, or the muscles, any number of things. So a thorough TMJ examination must be done. And sometimes we need to take images so we can see what that joint looks like. Sometimes the treatment is treating the muscles. Sometimes the treatment is treating the way the teeth come together, putting in a shock absorber, because there are many reasons why the joint may be problematic. If you're stressed and clenching and grinding, you're going to really do a number on that joint or the muscles that attach to the joint. If you're trying to constantly create an airway at night because you have sleep apnea, that's another reason why you might be clenching or grinding at night. If you have an old injury and you re-injure it, all of a sudden you've opened an ant's nest. So there are a number of things we need to connect the dots. But once the dots are connected and we know what the problem is, we may not be able to totally eliminate it, but it certainly can be controlled. Because if not addressed, you may continue to have unexplained head and neck pain, pain going down the back of your neck to your shoulder, the front of your head, back here, any one of those places. And if you don't understand the source of the pain, you're constantly getting massages here, but it's not getting better. The problem is not here, it's here. A proper diagnosis will lead to a complete treatment. So if you have any clicks or grinding sounds in your ear, if you have unexplained head and neck pain, if you are clenching or grinding, if you have sleep apnea, if you have acid reflux, mention it to your dental surgeon, because any of those things can be linked to your TMJ. So you see, taking care of that specialized hinge, that TMJ, is extremely important for quality of life and function. Listen, catch me next time on our Facebook page, YouTube, or our website. See you next time on HD's Jazz. In quality of life, function, and I forgot.